Hello everyone, my name is Smithy and welcome back to another Leagues 5 video. Today, November 23rd, we have had the Combat Relics released. Now, this is completely separate from Combat Masteries. They're their own relics, similar to all the other skill-based ones, and it's safe to say they're three pretty meaty relics that we're going to be having to pick from. Now let's fly through them, go through them each one by one, and then I'll give my thoughts on what one I think I'm going to be picking. Alright, so first up we have Last Stand. If damage would reduce you to 0 HP, you are reduced to 1 HP instead. Your combat stats are instantly boosted to 255, but to begin to drain rapidly back down to their base level. Seeing the little clip that they put in the announcement video, your stats are going back down to normal. But it gives you that little bit of a window to do some DPS, and then for the next perk of the relic is that for the next 16 ticks after this ability is activated, you cannot be reduced to 0 HP. And then when that effect ends, all incoming damage is nullified, and the player is healed back to healed based on the damage they dealt over the 16 ticks. So I'm guessing you could overheal massively if you're taking a huge amount of damage. Say for example you're doing Jad and you tank one of the hits, that will potentially KO you. So that drops you down, and then you take another maybe 2 during the 16 ticks, or maybe 1. Yeah, you could heal back with some pretty pretty nice HP. Once this ability is used, it cannot be used again until you die or 3 minutes have passed. So it's not like something you can really abuse. I feel like there was something similar to this in the last league. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but yeah, there was something very similar to that. To me, it's good if you're doing, if you're going in no resources, or what is it? High risk, high reward kind of scenarios. I mean, I remember seeing something similar to this last league and going, "Oh, that's cool," but I'm not going to pick it. But I think this one could be, depending on what regions you've picked, could be a nice one if you're going to be doing some high level PVM and stuff like that. It's not going to be really if you're doing thieving and you pickpocket down to 0, I don't really think it's a use case for that. But anyway, that is Last Stand. Now moving on to the next one, which is a returning relic, is Guardian. Now upon choosing this relic, you will receive a Guardian Horn, which is similar to last time. This item will allow you to summon a powerful Guardian Thrall that will last 30 minutes. The Guardian will attack your target with whatever style it is weak to. When you're in multi-combat, it will cast an AoE attack if the target is weak to range or magic. That's pretty sick, especially for Slayer tasks. The Guardian stats are minimum hit 5, max hit 13, attack speed 4, and accuracy 4500. Pretty beefy. It's essentially a Thrall, but amped up. The Guardian does not work in PvP, and the relic can also be used inside the Gauntlet, which is huge, especially because the Gauntlet, or Hunlith, is going to be the Echo boss. The Guardian Horn can be retrieved from the Sage of Lost, similar to all the other League's items. Now, this one, it's amping up your DPS. Let's face it, we're all going to be doing pretty insane numbers when it comes to DPS because of all the relics and that, and the combat masteries and all that good stuff. But I really like this relic. I used it last league, and yeah, it's a bit of a game changer because, like I said, you can be doing some serious amount of damage, especially if you're fighting something that is weak to mage. And if you've seen my plan video, I'm going to be going with a range build melee hybrid, and I'm not going to be doing any combat masteries on mage. So with this, it's giving me a bit more major DPS, even though I don't have any of the really broken combat masteries to back my mage. So I think this is a really nice option. But let's get on to the next one. But that was Guardian. Right, so let's get on to the last one, which is Specialist. You gain the following benefits to special attacks. All special attacks cost 20% and have 100% accuracy. For each failed accuracy roll with a special attack, gain 10% special attack energy. Whenever you kill an NPC, restore 15% special attack energy. Now, this is... it could pair very nicely with, say, Asgarnia because of the dog sword, where you've got the god sword that has all of the specs that you have from all the different god swords combined into one sword. Yeah, pair that with this, and you're going to be dropping nukes on everything. And especially if you then got last recall, teleport away, you can restore your spec up to 100, even though you're not depleting it as much. Come back in and just keep dumping specs. You're going to be a portable spec savers, mate. Yeah, this one is really, really cool. I think if you're doing a certain build, this fits in perfectly, like I said, with Asgarnia, and you're a melee build, but also it's going to work with, everything else that's got specs. Yeah, but that is Specialist. Now, let's get on to what I think. For me personally, I think all three of them are really, really good. I think, for me, the weakest of the three, that rhymed, just taking into account if you're going to be doing certain builds and that, I think Last Stand for me is the third for this. Yeah, we've got food for a reason. If you're not using it, you know what I mean? And especially if you've got Banker's Note, you've got unlimited food and stuff, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, so for me, with my personal opinion, let's just put that out there, this is an opinion, and if you disagree, put it in the comments. I think this is the third pick for me. Second is Specialist. Because of the way that I'm going to be playing the league, it doesn't really fit with what my style is going to be. If I was going for Asgarnia, like I said, 100%, this is the one I'd go for. But for me, would be my second choice out of the three. And Guardian, I mean, it was so good last league. I think it pairs nicely with what I'm looking at doing. And yeah, that's kind of the beauty of League. We've all got our different paths that we're taking, all with the same goal of having fun, getting points, getting drops, and having a blast within leagues. But yeah, for me, I think personally, out of the three, Guardian looks the most appealing to me, so that is probably the one that I'm going to be going with. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below, what are the three combat relics are you most likely to be going for? Obviously, Leagues hasn't started yet, we're all still theory crafting, and yeah, let's have a discussion about it in the comments. But if you are new around here and you do like Leagues content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing daily uploads when Leagues drops for a progression series, and I'm going to be doing some more Leagues videos on the run-up to the league starting. So, keep an eye on the channel, check out the videos that are already up, and yeah, I'll see you in Guild Lore. Stay safe, and goodbye.